Hi, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here with you all today, virtually as it is, but such great use of technology. What I'm going to go through today is an update from MYOB's perspective. I will cover off what our purpose is at MYOB, how that translates into your product mission or the product mission for Exo Business, the roadmap for 2025, what we've done and what's coming up. Then the BNZ bank feeds changes. So if you're a BNZ customer, you would know about this. I'll share an update on what's happening in that space. Then a look at what's coming in 2026 and what are we thinking. And then we'll wrap up with an update on digital transformation and the key takeaways. So a lot to cover. Let's get into it. So MYOB's purpose is really clear. I mean, we're here to help businesses like yours in Australia and New Zealand to start, survive, and succeed. When I look at that and I think about what I can do for my Exo customers, I think about how that translates, that MYOB's purpose translates into a mission for Exo Business. And with that, we've got three compliance pillars. Well, three pillars, compliance being one of them, customer value adds, and digital transformation. Now, compliance is broader than just tax. We monitor not just tax updates, but technology compliance changes as well. Now, you all know Exo is a feature-rich product, and to provide you with all of that capability, Exo needs to be kept up to date and updated with technology changes as well. Now, we've seen as we work through the changes that are coming up in the tech space, our technology partners keep announcing that they no longer support tech components. And part of the work that happens behind the scene, and sometimes these are not changes that are made aware because they are background components. But part of the work that happens behind the scenes is ensuring that we understand the impact of this and we provide changes and update those capabilities so that the functionality in the product continues to work for you all the way it always has and the impact is minimal. On a tax front, in New Zealand, we haven't had a lot of changes, but we've had updates made to the payment times reporting, which is an ATO requirement, and Australian businesses require this update to stay on top of their compliance needs. From a customer value adds perspective, we look at this and work with our partners to understand your feedback, to decide, which enhancements would help customers more. And when you share blockers and issues with your partners, what happens with that information is that gets collated and shared with me at MYOB and my team. We work through possible solution options and put those items on the roadmap, which come across to you all as enhancements. And finally, digital transformation. Now, the technology landscape is changing, and some businesses are wanting to explore cloud options. This program of work ensures that there's a pathway available when your business is ready to transition. Now let's look at how this mission or these pillars are supported with the work we do in product. 2025 H1, we've released 2025.1, and that has had quite a few things, but the three key ones that I want to chat to you about today. The first one is the BNZ bank feeds onboarding change. So BNZ has changed the technology it uses to transfer bank feeds to you within the Exo product. Now it's moving to a more modern and secure method, and that changes the timeline for bank feeds onboarding from 10 days to 10 minutes. The online onboarding flow gives you more control. There are fewer touch points on your data, and there's no more paper forms, no emailing, no phone calls, none of that. You onboard your bank accounts from Exo Business all at your fingertips. The other key capability we released was the API graph API functionality. Now, Exo Business used to use EasyMappy for emails, and EasyMappy, which is also a Microsoft component, but it was announced that it would not be compatible with the new Outlook experience. And this means that customers won't be able to leverage the benefits of that new Outlook capability. So after reviewing different options, we transitioned to the Graph API functionality. This is also a Microsoft component, and it ensures that Exo will continue to work with the Outlook updates. and the versions, because this is a Microsoft component, it will be easier to maintain compatibility as Microsoft updates its product suite. And then finally, the key one, which comes under the tax compliance bracket, the payment times reporting. So this is an ATO requirement for Australian businesses. The goal for the PTRS, as we call it, is to improve the payment outcomes for small businesses by making these payment times transparent. So as a small business, you can see how much time larger businesses take to pay invoices. Now, this requirement to report this information has been around for a few years now, but this year, the ATO changed from an individual company reporting threshold to business entities having a consolidated revenue of over 10 million. So if you previously had entities and they were reporting separately, and because they were reporting separately, they didn't qualify or meet. Now, because it's consolidated, more businesses fall under the umbrella of having to report this. Now, these businesses need to report the payment times via the ATO website. There's no process from the ATO to automatically provide these updates. But what we've done in product is provided you with reports and information that help you calculate the information and present it in a way that's easy for you to update into the ATO. Now I'm going to go through and talk a little bit about the changes that are coming in for BNZ. As I had said earlier, BNZ is changing its technology platform. What essentially they're doing is they're moving from paper-based to electronic consents. They're moving from a historical transmission method, which was more manual or had manual parts to it, to an API-based data transmission solution. Now, these changes are twofold. So as of July, BNZ no longer accepts paper-based onboarding. All onboarding is done online, which is capability that is available within 2025.1 EXO release. And from December, BNZ will stop providing bank feeds using the existing paper or more cumbersome method of transferring data. They will transition to the new API flow. Now, what we're doing or work we're doing is updating the infrastructure at the back so that we can receive those bank feeds through APIs. But what this means for you is you need to upgrade to 2025.1 and upload or apply for all your bank feeds using the API or the online onboarding process that's available in the product. This is only for bank feeds customers, just to clarify again. We will communicate a time through your partners in November when we will cut over from the existing feeds to the API new feeds mechanism. And from that point onwards, you should start receiving bank feeds as per normal. The key things for you all to note as customers is upgrade to 2025.1, onboard all your BNZ bank accounts using the online onboarding that's available in product. As BNZ customers, you don't need to wait for 2025.2 to leverage this capability from a BNZ perspective. So watch this space. Your partners will be coming through to you with more information on this. All right, 2025.2. So we have another release planned in November, 2025.2. This release will be full of enhancements and ideas that you have raised through your partners and we've prioritized. Now, there are two themes in this release. The first one is streamlining your experience. So we're wanting to provide ideas that ensure that the information you're seeing on screen is current, it's easier for you to validate data, and it reduces the effort that it takes you to identify correct bank accounts. The second theme we've done is around smoother workflows for faster reconciliation. So this is enhancing transaction management, providing workflow efficiencies, and better financial control. Now, because my team has spent a lot of time working through bank feeds this year, we've leveraged the learnings and the expertise in that area to deliver ideas and enhancements related to bank feeds for any bank. So these enhancements aren't associated with BNZ Bank. They work for anybody who's using bank feeds within EXO Business. All right, so under streamlining your experience, we've introduced two things, or we're introducing two things in the next release. The first is the ability to add aliases to your bank accounts. Now, currently, to sort through bank accounts, you have to use it or identify it based on the account number. We will provide the capability in the next release for you to add nicknames to those bank accounts so that they're much easier for you to identify in a drop-down or in a list. The second one is managing bank accounts. Now, currently, we don't have the ability to mark bank accounts as inactive. So if you've switched bank, your old bank accounts are available, or if you're still with the same bank, no, you're longer using an account, they're all available within the list. They all appear on the drop-down list. We're going to add in capabilities so that you can manage this and mark them as inactive when you no longer need them, so that they stop appearing on these lists and on drop-downs, etc. Those accounts will still be retained in the database for reporting and historical reporting, etc., just reduced from the screens for active daily use. So these two should make it easier for us to get to the data and the accounts that we're actually looking for. This next theme, which is the smoother workflows for faster reconciliation. Now, we're wanting to provide the capability to split bank feed transactions across multiple GL accounts. Now, currently, we don't have this. It's not easy to set up rules. So we'll provide that capability to set up rules that will allow you to split those bank feeds. You can split them based on fixed amounts or on percentages. And when you set the rules up, the rules will sort the transactions and present it to you for final approval before anything is populated or entered into your GL account. So the rules allow, sort, set up all the data. The final control always remains with you to accept or update that before posting anything. The second one is enhancing that rule creation capability. Now, today, when you create a rule, there's no option in the product to preview that rule before you run it. So that makes it difficult to see the outcome and to tweak your rule before releasing it into production. For this, we are going to provide a read-only mode where you can preview the rule. It will return the results based on the setup of your rule. And this will make it easier for you to tweak your rules and ensure that they perform and do what you require them to do. All right. The next two that fall in the same category is matching bank feed transactions with rounding difference. Now, currently, you cannot, if you try to match bank feeds today where the balances don't match, while you can search for them, you cannot match them today. So what we're going to do is on the bank feed screen, filter the transactions using date. So currently the filter on the bank feed screen applies to both bank transactions and to your transactions as well. So if you look for the transactions and they aren't coming up, what will happen? Actually, hang on, let me just go back. So matching bank feeds transactions with the rounding difference, what will happen is you will be prompted with a confirmation dialog. So we will identify transactions, will provide you with a rounding tolerance. So you can set, say, 5 cents or 10 cents. That is the rounding tolerance that you allow. We will identify transactions that fit within that rounding difference. We will present them to you. The confirmation on the GL post, the differences, the rounding difference that we identify will be posted under bank feeds rounding account. And again, you will be given the ability to decide whether that matching is, are you happy with it? The rounding tolerance levels match or not, and then post them accordingly. The next one we're doing is filtering bank feeds transactions using date. Now, currently the date filter on the bank feed transaction screen applies to both bank feeds transactions and to your transactions. Now, what happens is when you search today, if your transactions don't fit within the date range you've specified, even though there's a match, those transactions aren't returned. We will change that so that if the bank transaction corresponds to your transaction date, and there is a match, even if it doesn't fit within that filter, it'll still return the transactions for you to be able to see which transactions have been matched. Okay, and the last idea from an enhancement perspective that we're looking at, there are other areas, but these are the ones that I've called out. But the last one that I'm calling out today is improved period handling for rule creation. Now, we are creating the ability to auto-allocate periods based on a transaction date. So you will be able to post transactions based on the transaction date. The screen will allow you to confirm that. And if that auto-allocate feature isn't selected, the screen currently behaves as it does today. So today you have that manual posting option. You will still have that. And this will be available for you to control using the profile settings screen. Okay, let's look at what happens in Exo Business in 2026. Now, we're looking at some technology enhancements, and that's something as part of our compliance pillar. We keep an eye out on tech updates that our partners are making or our tech partners are making. And we will be monitoring that and updating bank feeds, updating Exo Business accordingly. Then, as we've been working on the bank feeds side this year and we've updated the technology platforms, I will do a discovery on the ability to cancel bank feeds from within Exo Business. Today, if you want to cancel a bank feed, it's a manual process. You need to go to your bank and organize all of that and cancel a feed. We want to provide that availability or that capability through Exo Business. So we'll be doing a discovery on that to understand what is required and look at delivering that capability. From an ideas perspective, there are a few ideas that have been raised and we're currently considering. One of that is on GL trial balances. So this currently displays in a numerical order. We will look at how we can provide other grouping options for you that make it more logical for you to group trial balances. The other ideas that we're considering are around enhancing reconciliation. So between inward goods and creditor invoices, there are currently inconsistent data elements, so it makes it very difficult for you to reconcile between these two modules. So we'll be looking at what overlap can be provided and making it simpler for you to identify and reconcile data between these two. And then for kit codes, we will enable users to add kit codes, which comprises of a group of inventory items to purchase orders. So essentially, on a purchase order, instead of having 50 different items from your inventory, you could have one item, which is a kit that comprises of different inventory items. And then age selection for works orders. So this capability exists in other areas of Exo, but needs to be extended to the works orders screen so that transactions can be posted to the correct period and not to the current period. Which is what happens today. And so we'll be looking at how that can be made extended to the works orders screen in Exo. And then ability to reverse credit card payments in the payment processor. So we will go through these ideas, do discovery on that. We have a partner group we're working with, and we'll share feedback and get feedback through them through this. So look out for these and more ideas in 2026. Okay, with that, we'll move on to the exciting stage of digital transformation. Now, before I jump into digital transformation and the space, the whole reason why this pillar exists is we've got customers who are looking for more with their business. Their business is growing, they need more capability, and they're looking for more capability, which doesn't currently exist within Exo Business. So there is no end of life for Exo Business. That is not why digital transformation pillar exists today. We haven't announced any end of life for Exo Business. This is to support you all as you grow in your business and you need more. All right, before we get into it, I'd like to make a fun comparison. I'm sure everybody recognizes this screen. I've grown up playing this game heaps, and I think my kids play this now. This is a virtual land. So Mario Brothers, I'm sure everybody has played Mario Brothers and enjoyed this. Do you know what Mario Brothers looks like today? This game was a lot of fun when we played it. I remember holding the controller and, moving Mario Brother across, and he would take his sweet time to move, digits over and things like that. What does Mario Brothers as a game and as an experience provide today? Doesn't this look so much different? I mean, if you've played Mario Brothers today, do you think that the game we all grew up playing would give us the same joy that this one does today? I mean, Mario Brothers today has got improved graphics, it's got innovative gameplay like power-ups and enhanced multiplayer features and things like that. And all of these things were not possible years ago. The technology advancements in the video gaming land has grown tremendously, and that's enabled this game to grow and morph and still be current for the kids of today. So one of the things we take for every day, like internet, that's also played a very huge part in making this game as successful as it is. But what does this mean for everybody? Like, okay, so technology in the gaming space. What does that mean? I mean, the world of technology has grown and gone beyond this. I'm sure everybody here has got a smartwatch as one of the tech devices. So many of us swear by it, we live by it, we look at the insights that we get from it and use it to, guide our life's choices or lifestyle choices. We're entering that age and time of autonomous vehicles, of AI personal assistants, of not having to unlock your phone by even touching it. You look at it and you expect it to unlock itself and make it easy for you to access what you need. So what does all of this have to do with, ExoBusiness and your ERP system? Exo and the desktop-based ERP has been amazing, and it still does what it does really well. But the underlying technology that it's built on is progressively becoming unsupported by our technology partners. And there is time, that's not happening today, there is time, but that is the reality we're facing as technology moves on and as change comes on. So what do we need to think of and what do we need to do? MYOB has got another product which is called MYOB Acumatica, which is a SaaS cloud-based ERP payroll product. Now, there are a lot of benefits or a lot of features that Acumatica has. Which of those align best to you and your business? I will leave that to a conversation with your partners. Your partners have supported you from day one, bringing you onto Exo, supporting you through your business and on Exo. They are very well placed to work with you and understand how Acumatica can support your business. The few things that I'd like to call out is it's got modern data security. It's got a managed platform. If you currently have got servers that you need to maintain, ensure having a system on a server more than just having that system on the server, ensuring that it's secure, ensuring that you've got disaster recovery plans, backup plans, all of that in place. If you're wanting to get rid of all of that overhead and have a managed service, then MYOB Acumatica provides a great solution for you. Along with that, with its ability to have more than just ERP, it future-proofs your business so that as you grow, you've got more in your product to use as you need it to. All right, key takeaways from me. So MYOB is dedicated to supporting ExoBusiness and ensuring that it meets your need. We haven't announced any end of life. We're still committed to supporting ExoBusiness, and we want you to be for the product to be working well for your business and helping you grow. But if you seek more, if you need the benefits of a secure managed platform, or if you need more than what ExoBusiness can offer, then MYOB Acumatica may be fit for you. And who better than your partners? Have a conversation, work with them, and they will be able to help you understand how Acumatica can support your business.